Hi there, welcome to this video. This is Tina from TinaHeals.com, and as we near the new moon in Gemini, I want to discuss about this crazy stereotype that Geminis are two-faced. Crazy, right? But not so much, because you've probably heard that already, that Geminis are gossip mongers, they are two-faced. They tell you something on the face, they go behind your back and do something. So in this video, I want to tell you why do we as a collective consider Gemini to be one of the most problematic signs. So even this Babylonian proverb said that may all your lovers be Gemini and all your children Aries. So I have an Aries moon baby, so I know how difficult it is to manage Aries moon. But Geminis, may all your lovers be Geminis, and we know that Geminis are notorious about commitment. So interestingly, that I was just listening to this song, Him and I, G-E-C and Halsey, Him and I. So he says, we turn up, mob into land of time. Only one who gets me. I'm a crazy fucking Gemini, right? So even in pop culture, we see this understanding of Gemini percolate. I'm a crazy effing Gemini, so I can do anything, I can say anything. So I mean, even a lot of women, if they're going out with Geminis, a lot of men, if they have Gemini partners, they feel vexed, to say the least. And I want to tell you, why is that so? So Gemini moon, of course, let's get to that. It is probably the most difficult position for the moon, because Gemini is not great with feelings, and the moon is all about feelings. Now, the not just the Gemini moon, so the moon is in a bad position in Gemini, okay? But in, I mean, even the sun is good in Gemini, but the sun doesn't have staying power. He moves, I mean, there's this Gemini energy of shifting from one task to another, moving from one person to another. There is no way for the sun to really complete. Sun is our goals and ambitions. So a Gemini sun, Gemini moon, of course, they have their different vibrations. Sun means something else, moon means something else. But they have this intense contradictory emotions. Okay, all Gemini people, they feel very contradictory with emotions, because this soul has just come into Aries with a mini Big Bang, and then into Taurus has understood the body and Gaia, the earth. In Gemini, the soul wants to communicate. In esoteric astrology, we consider Gemini to leave a vibration on all the 12 signs of the zodiac. Why is that? Because everything deals with communication. Everything deals with expression, thought, ideation. So this conflicting emotions can be taken to a ridiculous level when it comes to especially during, as I said, this new moon or full moon in Gemini. Gemini people, they are so intellectual, they're always in their head, but with lunar phases, they start feeling these ridiculous contradictory emotions that they don't know what to do with. And oftentimes this is taken to an almost paradoxical level. Okay, they're saying yes and no, and yes and no, fine, not fine. It can appear as a paradox for the other signs, because they just don't know when the Gemini means yes and when the Gemini means no. And the Gemini in 5 minutes will shift to yes if it was just no right now. So there is no guarantee, there is no grounding with this. Also, Geminis, they can simultaneously love you or hate you. Okay, they love you 1 minute and then they hate you the next. So there is no and this can happen very suddenly. One moment they are your best friend, and the next moment they leave the room and they go out there and they bitch about you. And why is that? It's because of this duality that they feel within themselves, the contradictory emotions. Okay, and it's like they disrespect you, then they respect you, then they love you, then they abhor you, then they want you, and then they don't want you. So you never get to arrive at a sure short answer or a sure short destination with them. Everything is in flux. Gemini, mutable, air, ruled by Mercury. Everything is in flux, and it's very chaotic. This abrupt movement, right? And now what makes this whole Gemini stereotyping very comical is that the Gemini actually moves from one emotion to the other really quickly. Okay, 1 minute they're feeling this, next minute they're feeling this, next minute they're feeling that, then they want to go out, then they're bored, then they're tired, then they want to sleep, right? And this is almost comical, right? Because when they shift like that, it's once you start watching them from an observer's point, it's almost comical, and they can't control it if they have not understood how to ground this energy, how to work with this energy. Then they don't know what to do with it. So they are probably as irritated with their constant shifting as you are, but they don't know what to do with it, right? And and they'll start quickly shifting between emotions. It just happens. So you never get a sure way out with them. It's complicated. Now we all are a mixed bag of emotions. Let's acknowledge that, right? Every sign, Pisces, Leo, all different kinds, different understanding of the emotional and connecting body. The only other sign that sees things from multiplicity is probably Libra. Because they have the same air vibe, and Libra is cardinal, so also very changing. But the Gemini moon, they take this flux and shifting between emotions to an unprecedented crescendo. You will not see this in any other sign as much as a Gemini moon or a sun or an ascendant. Okay, and that's why. And I mean, this abnormal shifting between emotions is rarely seen in any other sign, as I said, right? Libra, as I said, yes, Libra sees things from multiple points of views and can shift and flux between contradictory emotions, but they are very detached. They're not as into it like the Gemini. They won't gossip and get into it as deeply as the Gemini, believe me, right? Or get into this mixed bag of emotions as quickly as Gemini. Even if they do, they have a certain detachment, right? Libra is all about balance, remember. And the closest, so now with Gemini we see sudden attachment or excitement, and then sudden equally potent apathy, or just being tired. Now this shifting to extremes, this constant shifting between extremes, is what has given Geminis the stereotype of two-faced, and the stereotype of the craziest of the zodiac. So Scorpio most vengeful, and Gemini is crazy. So I mean, when the sign of Gemini enters the minds of the youth through a pop culture song, and that says, only one who gets me, I'm a crazy effing Gemini, then you know that this is what the collective has understood by the vibration, this constant shift and flux between contradictory emotions, right? Now, dating a Gemini can be really hard, okay? So if you have Gemini, Venus, Mars, they are notorious to commit, because they always think something better is coming for But of course, there are ways to work with this energy. Ground this energy. Gemini is all about communication, intellectual awareness, learning. Geminis are probably the only people who want to learn for the sake of learning. I guess Sag, their polarity comes pretty close. But Geminis are so great at learning new things. So let me know what you think. Do you think Geminis are crazy? Do you think that this two-facedness of Gemini has been stereotyped? What have you experienced with what, like a Gemini sun or a Gemini moon or a Gemini ascendant, Mars or Venus? Let me know about your experiences, and let's explore this cliche, this stereotype together. Right? So visit my website www.tinahills.com and check out my body of work. Thank you.